and they're going to call it out of bounds on CSI. They're going to say Charles Jones Jr. was laying out of bounds when he touched the basketball.
And great hustle there by Hunsaker to sacrifice his body and contest with that loose ball. Now expect this game to be anything but dull. High-paced, fast, intense basketball for the duration of this 40 minutes.
Ball given down low on the block to Truman. He tries to kick it out to Panner. Panner goes up high now. Panner with the three, and Riley Panner hits. Wow, what a... And then we got Charles Jones Jr. trying to exit back. He can't put it in, and now a foul's going to be called on CSI. Ball going back to Southern Idaho. But let's go back to that Riley Panner shot where he had to jump up high just to keep the ball from going out of bounds. You know, get out of that shooter's position, but yet he's still able to square up and knock it down.
Yeah, Riley Panner really climbing the ladder to bring down that pass, which is well overhead, like you mentioned, Jacob. And the shooter's touch to come down, square back up, and drain it.
And it's A.J. Jones. He had the man-on-man matchup, and he liked it, and he just burned him. So 9-3, Badgers coming out hot. Can CSI respond? Foul is called. And catch, yeah, they're going to say that was a shooting foul, so Josiah Barsh will go to the line from Tacoma, Washington, a sophomore. That foul was on Truman. First free throw knocked in for Josiah. Josiah knocks in the second one as well. Jones gets a screen from Truman. Tough defense from Kingsby. Jones with the body control, still able to finish at the hoop. Kingsby the other way. Brunell got in the way of that one. Snow running, Riley Panner up ahead. He misses the layup. On cleanup duty is Nate Brunell. And so a timeout is going to be called on the court. And this Snow College team is pumped and excited with what they're seeing. And so we're going to take a timeout as well. Snow leading 13-5 here in Ephraim. So Southern Idaho coming out of this timeout looking for some offense and some defense, lacking a little bit in each category here early on as Snow jumps out to the 13-5 lead, and they get a little bit of offense there from Josiah Barsh, who hits the three. Now 5 points here on the night.
And that is a big time three by Barsh right there because the momentum was all in Snow College's direction, and that's a great hit coming outside of that timeout.
So that was stolen away by Kingsby. Almost stolen away, but then the ball is given right back to Snow. So here we are, 20 seconds on the shot clock with Zach Hunsaker and the Badgers to work with. Hunsaker, a little bit of hesitation. Down to Truman. Brunell now with the one-on-one, and Brunell finishes at the hoop. You know, it's not really anything that flashy from Nate Brunell, but he gets the job done around the basket, Ben.
It's not always about the flashy play, it's about the physicality and staying to the fundamentals of the game, and that's what he'll give you.
Kingsby kicks out to Jones Jr., and Jones Jr. with the jumper, and he's able to hit. So Charles Jones Jr. with his first basket of the night, but Zach Hunsaker pushing it the other way, and there's going to be a charging foul called on Hunsaker, and he knows it. He says, my bad, that was on me, and fesses up to the the dirty deed, and ball goes back to Southern Idaho.
And that's great heads-up awareness by Jardine to slide into the paint, realizing his man was on the island against Hunsaker, sliding in, causing the double-team defense, and then Jardine planted his feet and drew that foul. So great heads-up awareness by Jardine. And here come the Badgers in transition.
Hunsaker for three. Money, Zach Hunsaker. Not wasting any time, though. On the other end comes Josiah Barsh, now with 7 points already. He's got 7 of CSI's 12. So Josiah proving to be a little bit of Achilles heel for the Badgers. Hunsaker steps back again, this time off the mark. Jones Jr. guarded by Hunsaker. Kingsby, and there's going to be a foul called underneath the basket away from the ball. This one's going on Truman. So that's Truman's second foul, and that's a crucial one for Snow, as we see set to check into the game for the Badgers is Jake Bailey. He's going to replace Blake Truman, as Coach Nilsson's going to try to keep Truman out of foul trouble as much as possible. So Jake Bailey, who doesn't always get a lot of playing time, comes in early in this game as Coach Nilsson looks to find someone in the post he can go to besides Truman, and down low is Tommy Burton finishing with the basket. Brunel almost loses it out of bounds. He's double teamed. It's a fight for the basketball. It goes out of bounds. It's going to go out of bounds off of CSI. Stay with the Badgers. Tommy Burton in there disrupting the play after he got the basket.
And that's a really big-time hit by Tommy Burton, realizing Truman in foul trouble, out of the game to say the least, realizing that there's a weak point now in the post. So expect Southern Idaho to feed the ball down to Burton and their big fellas a little bit more to attack the post game.
Hunsaker on the right wing gets a screen. Boxes was open for three, chose not to take the shot. Boxes shooting over 50% from three. So as A.J. Jones splits the defense and lays it up and in. It's the third time already tonight that he's just blown past everybody, found the weak spot in the defense, and got the easy layup.
And quick acceleration by Jones, and able to do so. And just great court vision as well by him to see the defense lower his shoulder and sprint to the hoop. And like you've been mentioning,
and they're going to call another charging foul on Zach Hunsaker. So 2 charging fouls. This one he's a little bit upset with. He doesn't think that the man had position on him. But the whistle is blown, and so just like that, Snow might have the 6-point lead, Ben. But 2 of their top scorers, Truman and Hunsaker, have now picked up 2 fouls within the first 6 minutes of this game.
Yeah, that's a big-time foul on Hunsaker right there. He's a huge offensive contributor to this offensive side of the ball for the Badgers, cashing in from deep multiple times each game and averaging just well over 20 points a game. And with him in foul trouble, that hurts this offensive side of the ball. And into the game is coming Quinn Nilsson, I believe.
So we're going to take a quick timeout here in Ephraim as we got one on the floor, but we'll be right back with some more Snow College and CSI basketball. So here we are, Snow College with the 20-14 lead as CSI looks to respond back. Snow jumped out early, got the lead, and hasn't let up yet. As we see what the Golden Eagles can do working against the zone for the Badgers. Stolen away though, Jake Bailey stepping up with the steal. Boxes gives off to Bailey. Jones asked for a clear out. He's already taken it to the hoop a couple times and been able to beat his man, and he does so yet again. He's got the foul. They're going to say it was before the shot though, so no free throws for Jones. Quinn Nielsen, who just came into the game, gets the ball off the inbound. Jake Bailey takes the free throw line jumper, too hard. Barsh gives down low to Burton. Burton kicks it out, and 3 balls miss. Jones Jr. almost comes down with the offensive rebound. Can't quite corral it, makes its way to Riley Panner.
And they're really, and if you're Southern Idaho, you're really going to have to start thinking about defensively sliding on A.J. Jones, because he's beating Jones Jr. every time one-on-one. So defensively, you're going to have to start bringing your post players up and sliding up there and making Jones kick it out, which you really don't want to do defensively because of the high percentage shots that the Snow College offense can hit from behind the arc.
Yes, they can, but there we saw Jardine with the layup. Now Bailey drives in, and Bailey drops the foul. He gets the pass from A.J. Jones that time. And looks like Jake Bailey's going to be headed to the line for 2 free throws. Jake Bailey, just 15 miles north from here, Mount Pleasant, Utah. Looks to get his first points of the night. And it rolls around, hangs on the back of the rim, finally drops in for Bailey. (21-16). Second free throw is good as well. Kingsby brings the ball up for the Golden Eagles. Down low, shot off the mark, boxes with the rebound. Quinn gives off to Bailey. Kick out to Panner. Panner's 3 doesn't fall. Goes out of bounds, and they're going to say the ball will go to Southern Idaho.
And that's a rare miss by Riley Panner right there. Found himself wide open from beyond the arc, and it's just unfortunate for the Badgers that one didn't fall.
Yeah, you could tell from the view we had that shot was off from its release. So a rare miss from Panner. But still, Southern Idaho with a little bit of room to work with, and we got an air ball on their part. That was Jake Hendricks missing the shot. So both teams looking for a little bit of offensive rhythm now. Got a little bit stagnant here in the past few minutes. Jones tries to split the defenders, loses control of the basketball. Now the Golden Eagles want to run the other way. Here's Kingsby. He keeps it himself, and Kingsby goes up with the right hand. Kingsby gets on the board for the first time tonight. He now has 2 points with that basket. Quinn. Boxes. Pulls up for the long 2. His shots goes off the mark, rolls out of bounds. They're going to say it was off of Snow College. It will be CSI basketball, down by 4. So CSI making a little push of their own, as Snow College struggling right now to hit any jump shots.
I love the hustle, though, there on the offensive crash by Bailey and Nielsen to get in there and wrestle for that ball. It unfortunately went off of one of their foots, but you just love to see the hustle, not getting back on defense, but really fighting for that possession.
And there's Charles Jones Jr. with the nice move, breaking some ankles, and hits the jump shot.
And Charles Jones Jr. really loving that 15-footer from the free throw line, really loving that pull-up J shot, and he's hitting that multiple times throughout the first 10 minutes, and with that, he cuts the deficit to 2 points.
Boxes. Gives off to Jones, down wide open, and Sully slams it home. So Snow College having to go deeper than they normally do into their bench, with Truman picking up those 2 fouls at the post position, but Sully and Jake Bailey coming up big. And a travel is called on Jones Jr. So Zach Hunsaker is going to check back into the game for Quinn Nilsson as he gives off to A.J. Jones. So on the floor for the Badgers, we got A.J. Jones, Zach Hunsaker, Soley, Nate Brunell, and Romaine Boxes.
Now Hunsaker's got to be careful here. If he picks up a third foul, that's just detrimental to their offense. So he's got to play a little bit wider, but still got to play intense.
Brunell gets blocked at the rim. That was Jardine with the tough defense on Brunell. Now Jardine calling for the ball at the free throw line. Sets the screen for Kingsby. Three ball in the corner, rims in and out. Fight for the rebound, pulled down by Jardine. Now Jardine goes up. It's going to go out of bounds though off of Hunsaker's hands. So a third opportunity here for the Golden Eagles to score. Corner three from Kingsby. Here's the fourth opportunity. So a lack of boxing out leads to Charles Jones Jr. finishing at the basket to give CSI within 2 points of Snow College.
Yeah, Nate Brunell really missed an opportunity right there on the box. He's got to keep his head on a swivel and make sure he knows where the opposing team is at, as Charles Jones Jr. was just able to slip right past him.
Yeah, but they better be careful because A.J. Jones, he's been filling it so far. As now A.J. Jones is 8 points with that basket. So 26-22. Team starting to settle down now and exchange baskets. It looks like we're going to be in for a tight one here tonight. Soley came over to help Brunell there on the play, but I think Brunell fouled Jardine on the shot. So he didn't realize Soley was coming over, and Soley had a clean look at that ball to block it.
And you got to love the slide defense by Soley there, recognizing that his man was beat in the paint, sliding down, coming from behind the back, and coming up with that almost swat, but Brunell got him on the body contact.
And so Romaine Boxes is going to take a rest into the game as Romaine Logier for him. So Romaine for Romaine. You're not going to lose anything on the court, right? Romaine gives off to AJ. AJ kicks off to Brunell. Soley misses the jump shot. A little bit strong on the shot was Soley. So Southern Idaho now with a chance to either come within one or potentially tie this game up. And Jones Jr. is going to go for the tie, and he hits it.
And Jones Jr. having himself a heck of a first half. Really being that offensive contributor really for the Southern Idaho Golden Eagles.
Charles Jones Jr. now has 9 points here on the night for Southern Idaho. Brunell started off hot, quieted down since then, and they're going to call a reach-in foul there on CSI. That one's awarded to Josiah Barsh. Ball given down low to Soley. He kicks it out to Hunsaker. Hunsaker thought about the three, then passes off to Brunell at last minute, and Nate Brunell is fouled.
On the shot now committed by number 15, his first.
It's Nate Brunell going to the free throw line. Shooting 2 free throws, the Boise, Idaho native. Brunell now with 7 points with that free throw. And a timeout's going to be taken on the court by Snow College, so we're going to take one as well. Snow in a tight one here in Ephraim against College of Southern Idaho. It's 27-26. So Nate Burrell at the line to finish his second free throw out of the timeouts, and he does just that. Now with 8 points. Ball almost stolen away by A.J. Jones, then it's corralled by Barsh. Now Barsh drives in, and he kicks it out. Snow College going with the zone defense now. Barsh drives in. Nobody steps up to take him, and he gets the easy layup for Josiah Barsh.
And that's a big hit by Barsh, especially with the shot clock underneath 5 seconds. So Barsh just decides to take it. Nothing going out on the perimeter because of that zone defense from the Badgers. So Barsh decides to attack the rim. And like you said, Jacob, nobody slid over to pick up Barsh, which resulted in that easy layup.
So 6:18 left to play till halftime. 3 balls put up from Bunnell, and he rattles it home. So Brunel having himself a whale of a half, 11 points. He all coming here in the first half. And Snow College breaks that tie, now up 31-28.
And we talk about it so many times, Jacob. It's so hard to prepare defensively for Snow College because of their athleticism from beyond the arc. Many of their players have high percentage shooting abilities from behind the arc.
Jones Jr. on the drive, that he's going to get 2 free throws coming his way as he was fouled. That foul's going to go on Romain Logier. Oh, and Jones Jr. comes up well short on that free throw. And the second one rattles out as well. Truman goes up high for the rebound. 31-28. Badgers looking to extend this lead. That's not going to help your cause, though, as Brunel loses it out of bounds. Kingsby. And just pulls up for a nice little 7-footer. Everyone left him all alone, and he's going to hit that shot all night long if you're going to give it to him. Riley Panner back into the game. And Panner almost turns the ball over. Stepping in the passing lane was Tommy Burton. So things a little bit sloppy here for Snow College in the past few minutes. Almost another steal, and now he does. Tommy Burton, the exact same spot, takes it away, and he goes the distance, finishing at the hoop.
The exact same spot, the exact same play by the Badgers, and Tommy Burton just reads it, and a huge swat on the other end by Charles Jr.
And you know, I think that was a little bit more than a block, because we've seen A.J. Jones doing whatever he wanted, taking it to the rim, and Charles Jones Jr. was saying to him, hey, you need to think twice next time you come in here. But there we have Romain Logier finishing on the...
That was a little bit of a statement made by Jones Jr., sending him all the way back to Rockefeller.
Panner takes it away from Jardine. So it's been a little bit of a rough start for CSI, as they were projected to be the top team in the conference coming into this season. They had a ranking as high as number 10 in the nation, and now they've fallen as they've had a loss to Snow College, a loss to Salt Lake Community College, and they find themselves down at 3rd place in conference play. As you see Riley Panner hit the first of the 1-and-1 situation, so he's going to get him a second free throw. But CSI, you could definitely, There's a little bit of disappointment, but this is a big game, a turning point. You've had a couple of tough losses to Snow College and Salt Lake Community College. If you can come back, beat the top team in the conference now, you know, there's still a long season ahead of you. They could possibly still make their way up to winning the conference championship. Ball driven in, lost. Jardine corrals it. Now Jardine with the right hand, off the mark. Ball goes back to Snow College. A.J. Jones gives it down low. Big Nate Allen looking to do some work, and his shot's off the mark.
And Nate Allen loves that turnaround floater right there. That's his spot, just unable to get that one to go, but we've seen him hit that many times before throughout the course of this season.
Yeah, that's one shot he just needs to keep shooting because he'll hit it. That is his shot, as you were talking about. Riley Canner, though, with the behind-the-back pass to Logier, who finishes at the hoop. 37-32. Coming up on 3 minutes left to play till halftime. That was Kingsby trying to get the ball over the outstretched arms of 6'11" Nate Allen, but you could tell Kingsby's shot was altered because of Nate Allen being there, and now Riley Panner can't finish on the elbow jumper. Ball goes back to the Golden Eagles. Kingsby, this time he gets past Nate Allen and he finishes at the hoop. CSI's defense playing a little bit tougher on Snow. They give it into Nate, and Nate travel with the basketball. So Jardine proving to cause Nate Allen a little bit of a tough time right now, as Nate's having a tough time working against Jardine, who is a little bit smaller but quicker, and he has enough strength to hold his own against the big guy.
And back into the game checks Jake Bailey for Nate Allen.
So Jake Bailey, a little bit more agile, comes in, and Jake Bailey goes up, and they're going to say he fouled Kingsby on the shots. Kingsby, 2 free throws of his own now. Daniel Kingsby now has 6 points. Looking to make it 7 on this shot. And he does. Kingsby, a 6'1" guard out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's a cold night here in Ephraim, but I'm sure there's a lot of cold nights in Wisconsin, so shouldn't be anything to faze him. Another steal. The sloppy basketball continues for the Badgers, as that one's now tipped out of bounds off of Snow College. Ball just being passed around the perimeter. Jones Jr. steps inside, takes the jump shot, and boxes, pulls the rebound down. Brunel thought about the three. They're giving him some room. Now wide open is Boxes, and Boxes straights it. You can't leave that man that wide open. So Boxes with his first basket of the night. And Snow just able to hang on to that 4-point lead, but answering right back is Kingsby, hitting a 3 of his own. Kingsby now with 11. Southern Idaho playing a man-to-man defense that Stowe College is having troubles really doing anything with. There's not much movement going on away from the basketball, if any.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the Badgers are really setting many screens for each other against this man-to-man defense. But on that last possession, there was that defensive malfunction, if you would say, which resulted in that wide-open three. But like you were saying, Jacob, there's not very much offensive movement going on, so that's making it really easy for the Golden Eagles to intercept really these passes.
Panner misses the front end of a 1-and-1. So now, game clock at 30 seconds, shot clock at 20. There's about a 9-second differential. Jones, guarded by Jones. And it's almost stolen away. Loose ball, battle for it. Bailey's on it along with Jardine, and they're going to call a jump ball. There's 2 seconds on the shot clock as the officials are talking over possession here. I'm not sure what they're discussing as they wipe up the floor. Ball's going to stay with Southern Idaho, so they got 2 seconds to try to get a shot off. Kingsby launches up a prayer, doesn't even hit the rim, and they're going to say shot clock violation. And so there'll be 7 seconds for Stowe College to try to get something off here. As now Hunsaker's going to check it to the game for Bailey. So Snow going with a small guard-oriented lineup here. They give it into Panner. Panner just lost track of time, but on the rebound was Brunell, and Boxes puts it in off the miss, so the broken play ended up working out.
Yeah, Panner just hoists one up from half court, hoping that one of his players will get it, and gets it, overshoots it, and Boxes comes in and clean up to it and lays that in for 2. So what a great way to end a very intense first half from both teams, and the Badgers have the edge by 3 heading into halftime.
Yes, it is. So we'll see what both teams can conjure up here for the second half as they go into halftime. Stowe College leading 42-39. We're going to have a Badger Spotlight of the Week here for you in just 1 second, though, here on Stowe TV. Welcome back here on Snow TV. I'm Jacob Bateman, and here joined with me in our studio is Riley Panner, a starting guard for Snow College. Riley, thanks for coming in.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, we are happy to have you, especially with the start that you guys have had the conference play. But first off, we want to know who Riley is, who you are. So, I mean, where are you from, your family, maybe what are your hobbies?
So I'm from Logan, Utah, born and raised. Lived there all my life, so just a few hours north. My family, I've got 2 siblings, 2 younger siblings, a little brother and a little sister, so I'm the oldest. My family's always lived in Logan also, so yeah.
So you're a Cache Valley
boy.
guy,
yep.
Awesome, that's great to hear.
Yeah.
So how'd you end up coming here to Snow College then?
So just in high school, college basketball was probably one of my biggest dreams, one of my goals I wanted to accomplish. And had a couple opportunities, but Snow College was one that piqued my interest, and coming down here on a visit made me really want to come here. So it's my choice.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Well, we're happy that you came here to Snow. Was basketball something that's always been in your family, or is it just your own personal interest?
My dad wasn't a basketball player growing up. It kind of just, I don't know, I've always loved watching NBA, college, everything growing up, and I always played. So it was just something that really piqued my interest, and I played my whole life. So.
And here you are.
Here I
That's
am.
great to hear. And so, you know, Riley Panner, I love commentating in games for Snow College, especially whenever the ball goes in Riley Panner's hand. I think, and the three is put up, it's like the whole building knows that shot is very likely going in. Your 45% is your 3-point average. So, I mean, what kind of work went into that to develop such a good jump shot?
So being me, I've always just been pretty much a pure shooter. Shooting, I mean, just tons of practice every day, putting up 100 shots or more, just practice, practice, practice. I mean, practice makes perfect. So.
Yeah, yeah. Put the time in, it's going to come, right?
Yep, for sure.
And that's what's been happening on the court for you, but also for the whole team. You guys are now ranked nationally and leading the conference at 4-0. So you guys have met every person in the conference and beat them. So, I mean, what is gelling so well with this team right now?
I think it's the team chemistry, and everybody loves each other, you know. We're all a bunch of brothers. Everybody gets along. And, yeah, we're ranked 21st in the nation right now. So hopefully we can keep going up to the top.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, well, we're all excited to see that. But you got a good foe ahead of you here on Thursday with College of Southern Idaho coming to town. So what's the focus now for the team moving forward with CSI and Slick on the schedule?
Our biggest thing is we don't want to lose a game to them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep the same game plan as usual, do the same things we've been doing because it's been working. So we're not going to change anything for those games.
Just keep playing your game.
Keep doing what we're doing.
It's been working so far,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, thanks for coming in again, Riley. But before we let you go, just got to ask you one more question. When we want to know your cheat food, you know, college athletes, yeah, we know you try to stay healthy, eat good, so you're playing good on the court. But if you could just, you know, splurge on any food, what is it?
Oh man, it'd be a big Mexican meal.
Big Mexican.
I love Mexican food, so big burrito or something.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree with you there.
nachos, yeah.
You can't go wrong with that.
For sure.
Anyways, well, awesome. Well, thanks again for coming in. And now here's a few highlights from Riley from the past few games.
And welcome back here on Snow TV as we get set for the second half of this matchup between Snow College and College of Southern Idaho. Snow College will start off with the basketball as Riley Panner inbounds to A.J. Jones. The ball goes back to Panner. Truman didn't get a lot of time after he got those 2 fouls early on in this first half and misses that shot is Blake Truman. And the 3 balls put up from Jones Jr. and he nails it, giving him 12 points on the night.
Yeah, this is going to be really big here in the first few minutes for Truman and Hunsaker really to find their rhythm as they were limited to minutes in the first half because of foul trouble. So they really need to find their stride early on here in the second half.
Yeah, what a pass that was from Truman, as you were saying, Ben. Behind the back to find wide open A.J. Jones. Now Truman lines up for the baseline jumper and he hits. 46-42. Barsh wasn't able to finish. Now it's Riley Panner for 3. And just like that, we see Snow College jump out to a 5-point lead, showing how quickly they could score and how this game could go from, 7-point lead. I'm struggling to do my math today, but how quickly and dangerous this team is. And so we're going to take a quick timeout as CSI calls for one. We'll be right back here on Snow TV. So here we are, 49-42. The Badgers with a 7-point lead here early on in the first half. Big 3 from Riley Panner before the break. And now they look to get things started again. Kingsby. Down low to Jardine. Jardine goes up with the right hand over Truman, and Jardine's able to finish the play.
Now, if you're Southern Idaho, this is not how you wanted it to come out and play defensively, giving up a quick 7-0 run, especially a big hit by Riley Panner from beyond the arc, as he's calling for it again in the lane, but Hunsaker takes it hard to the right and gets it to go.
And that's something we didn't see much from the Badgers in the first half, the movement away from the ball. So it's great to see them coming out that way here early on in the second half, as now they come running the floor the other way. Riley Panner for 3, off the mark. It's tipped out to Truman though, so Snow's going to reset with the basketball. Brunel drives in, gets past his first man. The help defense comes over though, able to deflect his shot.
And you feel like a lot of that offensive movement is generated by Truman and Hunsaker being on the floor. Just a few more lethal weapons that they can use offensively.
How about the shot there from Kason Jardine though with the big 3, bringing CSI within 4 points now. Truman working on Jardine. Truman can't finish at the hoop. Jardine just hit the 3 earlier. Snow College playing a 2-3 zone now. And And the shot from Barsh just rims off. He had Truman schooled there on the play, but just couldn't quite finish it. Panner thought about the three. Now he drives in. He's left all alone. I think he was left more wide open than he thought he would because he misses the layup.
Yeah, and Snow College going to that 2-3 defense, really daring Southern Idaho to shoot the three, as they were only able to convert 4 out of their 14 attempts in the first half.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Turnover, as there's just a miscommunication there between Jones Jr. and Kingsby. And 51-47. Brunel drives baseline, kicks the wide open Panner, and Panner can't hit it. Gets his own rebound though. Riley looks like he thought about taking another three, but thought twice that time.
Now, if you're Southern Idaho, you're very lucky that you left a three-point specialist that wide open, and he missed it. He's not going to miss that next time, so you got to do a better job defensively on rotation to step out and contest that shot.
Yes, you can, but Jones, he drove to the hoop, couldn't finish as well. Now here comes Kingsby. Off to Jones Jr. Pass deflected by Jones, A.J. Jones that is, and makes its way into the hands of Blake Truman.
And that's a great takeaway right there by the Badger D, because if they don't take that, Jake Hendricks has a wide open, clean look that in the corner.
Hunsaker gives off to Brunel. Brunel has some room to work on the baseline, and Brunel struggling to just finish at the hoop here in the second half. That was his bread and butter early on the second half, but Southern Idaho, credit them for doing better on closing when he gets into the paint, coming in and making him put up an uncomfortable shot. Panner goes behind the back pass to Jones. The crowd loves it. Now it's Truman. Shoots long on the elbow jumper. Ball blocked by Blake Truman as Kingsby was driving to the basket.
And Kingsby there was trying to draw the third foul on Blake Truman right there. And that's a really good heads-up play by Kingsby, try to draw that third foul and send Truman back to the bench. But Truman was able to stand his ground and get the hand on the ball.
Looks like there's some spilled soda pop by the student section that came kind of close to the court, but you see Jardine finishing the play off with the basket there. Jardine now with 13 points. So they're trying to clean that up before it becomes a little bit dangerous. Truman working on the blocks. Jones flies past his first man, and they're gonna count the basket and a foul for A.J. Jones. He's going through the line for an old-fashioned three-point play.
And A.J. Jones doing what he does best, taking his man one-on-one, beating him off the dribble and attacking the rim, and the defense is just too late to slide over and getting their hand in there on the foul.
Jones can't finish it, misses the free throw, so score will stay at 53-49. We're 6 minutes into this second half. Turning out much like the first half. Jones with the steal. Jones all the way to the hoop, and he finishes with the layup. So another little mini run being put together by the Badgers. Can CSI respond? Barsh for three. He's off the mark. Offensive rebound ripped down by Jardine, but then he traveled with the basketball. Jardine upset with the call. He's saying he was getting hacked on the play, but not going to get the call. So Badgers with the ball and a 6-point lead. Jones pushes it up ahead to Truman. Man-to-man defense being played by CSI. Ooh, dangerous play there as Hunsaker lost it off of Truman. Now Hunsaker beats everybody off this man-to-man defense, and Hunsaker lays it up and in. And you know, that's what seems to be the story for CSI. When they go man-to-man, Snow is just beating them off of the dribble, driving to the basket, as we see on the other end. Kingston driving hard to the hoop, and he gets fouled. But we're seeing Snow dribble to the, just beat him on those one-on-one situations. And then when they go to the zone, it opens up more so for the three-point shot.
And it's really kind of pick your poison, really playing defensively against the Badger offense. And man on man, as we're seeing, CSI is getting blown on man-on-man defense. If you go to the 2-3 zone, they're hitting the outside shots. If you go to 3-2, they got the big men down low to get the post play. It's really just pick your poison. And if I was CSI, I'd really try to minimize the 3-point shots, because that's what's really killing you right now.
Yeah, but I mean, this still is anybody's game. It's only a 6-point lead for Stowe College, but all the momentum has seemed to be going their way. Truman drains the 3. 5 points for Truman. .12:40 left to play. Kingston drives in, goes up high off the glass, can't finish. Battle for the rebound, pulled down by Truman. Snow's running the other way. Hunsaker looking for some room, pulls up for 3, and rims off. A tip from Brunel, can't quite go. Rebound now, CSI. Jones Jr. thought about the 3, pulled back. And that shot is missed by Hendricks. Snow College with a chance to take their biggest lead into double digits, as looked like Brunel almost traveled with it. And he's going to get bailed out on that one. They're going to say it went out of bounds off of Snow College. Caston Jardine checks into the game for College of Southern Idaho, checking in for Josiah Barsh. Jones has got a wide open Truman out by the S. Panner for 3. Panner struggling to find his shot tonight. Hendricks for 3. It goes high off the back of the rim. Offensive rebound. CSI, now it's anybody's ball. It's going to go out of bounds off of Truman.
And good job by Jones, A.J. Jones, getting his hand in there and deflecting that ball out of the possession of the Southern Idaho player, resulting in that scramble for that ball. So great effort by Jones to dislodge that ball and keeping the putback from happening.
Ball kicked out in the corner to Hendricks, and he hits a big shot for the Golden Eagles.
And that's a big-time hit by Hendricks, as they were trailing by 9. And to keep this game at least a single-digit deficit, as the Badgers have been threatening for quite some time to go by double digits.
Hunsaker was driving to the basket, and he draws the foul. That one's going to go against Hendricks.
And that's a big-time call. I feel like that could have gone either way, but that's a big-time call for Hunsaker, because if he gets called for that offensive foul, that's his 3rd foul, and most likely he's heading to the bench.
Hunsaker's first free throw off the mark. Seems to be some substitution confusion going on, as Tommy Burton for CSI is trying to check in, and I think the official's saying he wasn't at the scorer's table in time to come in, so that he's going to have to wait. But with Hunsaker making that free throw, now he could come in. So that's now 8 points for Zach Hunsaker. That was Kingston trying to get past Truman, but Truman said, not in my house. And it's up at the Panner. Panner looking for a foul. He's on the floor. Everybody's on the floor. Now there's a call. Kingston's trying to get out of it. I think the fans thought Kingston might have been a little rough as him and Panner were tangled up. They think he was stepping on Panner. But either way, they're going to call Riley Panner with the foul.
Well, I feel like Panner's arms got tangled up in his legs. Really no intention there to harm one another, what it appeared like. But it just looked like a tangle up. But nonetheless, the student section doesn't like it, Panner doesn't like it, and tensions are starting to heat up as Southern Idaho finds themselves down by 7 in the middle of the second half, 10 minutes, 24 seconds remaining here in this ball game.
Yeah, so now Panner picks up yet another foul. Snow's got to be careful to not let the momentum start to sway CSI's way.
And they got to keep their head a little bit, because that's 2 fouls on Panner, 2 on Truman, and 2 on Hunsaker. And the last thing you need is your 3 top offensive producers to start going to the bench in foul trouble.
So now they're going to call Tommy Burton on that foul. That's Tommy Burton's 3rd foul. Tommy Burton all the way from Montgomery, Alabama to play basketball there at Twin Falls, Idaho. Hunsaker spins. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Jones looking to do some work. Jones drives to the hoop, and he can't finish. Here's Kingston. Kingston running the other way. Kingston Euro steps Hunsaker, and now they're going to say a foul. I think they're saying before the shot. They're going to call it on the floor before the shot. Now it's going to go against Hunsaker. His 3rd. Kingston drives in, layup will go. Now the balls get stuck between the backboard and the cylinder. That means it's a jump ball. So possession goes with Snow College. (61-54). Hunsaker dribbles in. Hunsaker hit as he's going to the basket by Jones Jr. So Zach will go to the line for 2 free throws. Zach makes the first. Now 9 points on the night for Hunsaker. Into the game for Southern Idaho is Josiah Barsh, who checks in for Tommy Burton. Second free throw rims out. Snow College normally a very good free throw shooting team and missing a little more than they normally do tonight, but still with an 8-point lead. Jones Jr. Now it's Jardine. He had an open Barsh, and now a wide open shot for 3 by Kingston, and he can't hit.
And that's a shot that Kingsby needs to hit. He finds himself wide open. That's rare to find yourself wide open, especially in this game with both teams playing astounding defense. And when you're down by 8 late in the second half and you have a wide open 3 like that, you got to hit that for your team.
And so a timeout is taken on the floor. We're going to take one as well. It'll be Snow College ball when we come up. They're up by 8 here in Ephraim. So here we are, Snow College basketball out of the timeout, looking to do some more damage with this 8-point lead. Panner, guarded by Hendricks. Brunel takes the 3, and Brunel hits nothing but the bottom of the net for Nate Brunel.
And that is a big time shot by Nate Brunel right there to extend this lead to double digits for the first time in tonight's matchup.
11 points. Here's the lead for Snow College. Hendricks gives off to Jones Jr. The runner by Barsh is no good. And so a chance to extend this lead even further for Hunsaker and the Badgers. Hunsaker just pulls up for 3. Too hard, off the back iron. Tipped out of bounds off of Snow College. Ball goes to CSI.
I'm really impressed, Jacob, with this defense from the Badgers for the past 3 or 4 or 5 minutes or so, because they've kept CSI from scoring, and with that, 3 after 3 for the Badgers offensively have been able to come, which resulting in this 11-point lead. So a really big scoring drought for Southern Idaho, where they really need to be scoring right here. And that 3-point attempt is up and no good again.
So the shooting woes continue for Southern Idaho as A.J. Jones goes from coast to coast and finishes at the hoop.
And CSI just looks a little bit lost to me right now, Jacob. They seem a little bit stargazed right now about how well Snow College has came right out of the gates, starting the second half, and really just have had the foot on the pedal the entire time.
But there we are, is Darvis Alexander finishing at the hoop. Running the perfect offense to break that zone defense right there. So they're going to need a lot more of that, though, as we're now under 7 minutes left to play. Hunsaker, one-on-one with Jones Jr. He thinks he can take him, and he does. 11 points for Zach Hunsaker. There's Darvis Alexander once again. This time his floater won't go. Zach's running the other way. Zach up ahead to Panner. Panner, and Truman finishes the double alley-oop. And the crowd is loving it here in Ephraim. They're into it, and that gives Snow College its biggest lead of the night at 15 points. A timeout's called on the floor. We're going to take one as well. 71-56, Badgers lead. 71-56, CSI looking for any sort of response out of this timeout.
And Jones Jr. gives it to you, as you were saying, Jacob. Anything out of that timeout to really spark a comeback, as we are now in 6 minutes left to play in this game. That's a big three. That's a big hit for the CSI offense.
That was a big hit, as that makes Charles Jones Jr. the leading scorer for the Golden Eagles with 15 points. Now it's Truman, and he airballs the three from the corner. Jones Jr. gives off to Burton, and Burton finishes on the left side of the hoop. So that's just like that. 5 points for Southern Idaho brings that 15-point lead down to 10. Hunsaker back to Jones. Truman gets blocked on the shot, and he corrals the loose rebound. Brunell for three, and Nate Brunell hits. 17 points for Nate Brunell. He leads all scorers. Ball off the rim from Tommy Burton. Jones running the other way. Brunell, same spot he had earlier. This time he gives off to Hunsaker. Hunsaker's shots off the mark. Burton this time goes to the right side. So Tommy Burton coming to life here late in the game. 8 points. Panner for three. Panner's shot won't go. These are 3-point shots that Snow College normally hits.
So
there will be a foul called on Nate Brunell on the loose ball.
Yeah, and like you were saying, Jacob, these are 3-pointers that Snow College usually hits. So CSI getting a lot of breaks late here in the second half, late in the game. Really, I mean, the Badgers really like keeping the crack of the door a little bit open for CSI to potentially come back and tie this thing up and potentially win or force this thing into overtime.
You're exactly right, Ben. They've been having opportunities put away, just haven't quite been able to do so. So we're going to take just a quick little break, but we'll be right back as CSI tries to see what they can do to cut into this 11-point lead here late in the game. (74-63). We're under 4 minutes left to play. Southern Idaho still with some time to work with to try to either force OT or possibly sneak out a win here. Jones for three, pops in and out.
And that's a good look for Jones Jr. right there. Expect him to go back that way. That he's been hitting that most of the time this night. That one just rims in and out. Boy, that's a good look for Jones Jr. right there. And expect him to go back to that as Hunsaker takes it hard to the rack and earns himself one at the charity strike.
Yeah, what Zach Hunsaker, it looks like he might be in a little bit of some pain after that, but he'll walk that off. Now with the chance to complete the 3-point play. Zach knocks it in. Kingston gives left to Jardine, and Jardine hits a big three. Jardine, who had a big first half, has been silent here in the second half. They're going to need a lot more of that from him here in these last 3 minutes. Hunsaker almost loses it, but able to stop it just before going over half court. 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Hunsaker guarded by Jones. Going with a man. Now Hunsaker kicks out to Brunell. Brunell's been hot. He can't hit that one though. Rebound Kingston. Here's the Golden Eagles running the other way. Kingston gives off to Jones, and Jones's three rims off. Offensive rebound Jardine, and now he's going to get the foul. So Jardine with 2 free throws coming his way.
And these are big for Jardine, really big. 2 points possibly for the Golden Eagles. The game clock is stopped. You're down by 11. You can cut this potentially to 9. It's cut to 10. And these are huge. Free throws down the stretch are going to be very important for both teams, especially for the Badgers, as every time they go to the line, they can have an opportunity to continue to stretch their lead.
The official is wiping the basketball off. Must have got some sweat on there. Players playing hard, you know.
And those are 2 big hits by Jardine, as we were talking about, as this is now a single-digit game, which was once a 15-point deficit. So you see CSI clearly not out of it just yet, just under 3 minutes left to play, down by 9, and their defense is now a full-court press as Hunsaker's taking it. CSI really needs some stops defensively here. And
Brunell wanted the dunk, and he was politely denied. Now Hunsaker shoots the 3, and he's off the mark. Here comes CSI running the other way. It's Tommy Burton, and Burton gets fouled on the shot. Burton's going to the line for 2.
And again, going back to what we were just talking about earlier, Jacob, free throws are going to be crucial for both sides of the team. Again, for a second consecutive opportunity for CSI to go to the line, get 2 freebies when the clock is stopped, and potentially cut this to a 7-point lead.
So a timeout.
Yeah.
So a timeout is called at this crucial period, and we're going to take one as well here in Ephraim, Utah. (77-68), and 2 free throws coming for Tommy Burton, who has 8 points on the night. Make it 9. All right, so the lead is down to 7. The Badgers needing some points to respond back to this Golden Eagle run. Golden Eagles coming out with a press. Jones, guarded by Barsh. A.J. Jones. Shot clock down to 5 seconds. Jones drives in, goes up with the layup, and he's off the mark, so ball back to CSI, looking to make a run. Here's Kingston. Kingston misses with the right hand. Offensive rebound pulled down by CSI. Taken away by Truman, though, as that was Josiah Barsh driving to the hoop, and I don't know what you saw, Ben, but to me it looked like he had all ball.
And it really appeared that Truman tied him up before the shot, but the officials saw otherwise, so Barsh will head to the line, and this is the third consecutive trip for CSI at the charity strike. So 4 easy points have came to them so far, and Barsh can continue to add to that, and he will not. So we've been saying it all along, Jacob, free throws are going to be the big implementing factor for both teams, and it's really been playing a big factor for CSI. We've been really helping him in this comeback, but Barsh has got to be able to knock these in, as he can only be able to split a pair, and he will not do so. So really crucial free throws that Barsh just missed that could have brought it down to a 5-point deficit, but it remains a 7.
Yeah, that hurts big time if you're a CSI Golden Eagle. As now Snow College is going to look to milk the clock. They wait until about 10 seconds to make a move. Truman wide open in the corner, and Truman just not able to find his shot. So CSI still alive, a minute left to play. Jones Jr. drives in. His shot's off the mark. No foul called as Jones Jr. hits the deck. Now Hunsaker's running the other way. We're down to 54 seconds, and now the foul's given by Barsh.
Now I really feel like CSI had some time on that last possession to really set something up and get a good, clean look from possibly the 3-point from behind the arc, or maybe get a cleaner look down on the post to help cut into this lead. But I feel like Jones Jr. really rushed that possession and tried to do too much on his own, resulting in that contested shot, and in the end sending Hunsaker to the line to pad this 77-70 point lead.
This is a 1-and-1 situation. Hunsaker's got to make the first, and he does. Second one drops it in well. So big free throws from Zach Hunsaker. Now at 16 points. CSI's got to do something fast. 3 ball from Jardine, and he hits, and that is just what the Golden Eagles needed, as Kason Jardine, now with 21 points, brings them back within 6, making this a 2-possession ball game, and that means it's anybody's game. And there's a timeout on the floor. We'll be right back in just a little bit. So here we are, Snow College once had a 15-point lead, has seen it dwindle down to 6 late here in the game.
So I guess the question is, Jacob, defensively, what do you do if you're Southern Idaho? You still got time to play the shot clock and force them to shoot it up and get the ball back that way, or do you foul immediately? And I guess it looks like they'll foul immediately and send a very good free throw shooter, Riley Panner, to the line.
His first personal foul. Substitution for CSI. On the floor, Shanti Cox scores. And shooting bonus for Snow, Riley Pancher.
So Riley Panner, even just making one of these, but it's a 1-and-1 situation, so he's got to make one to earn himself a second. And Panner misses it.
And so the foul early on does pay off for the Golden Eagles.
And there's Jones Jr. finishing with the layup, so it's 79-75. This is down to 4 with 30 seconds left. Now a timeout is called by CSI, so we'll see what they can do when we come back. So 35 seconds left. Snow College needing to inbound the basketball. Inbounding the ball for Snow is A.J. Jones. Tommy Burton on him as Truman gets the ball, and it's stolen away. Hey, and they're going to give him a timeout. Wow, they're giving him a timeout. It didn't look like he had control of the ball.
Well, at first he did have control of the ball, but I felt like the impact on the ground dislodged the ball, and then he rolled across the top of the ball, and he was calling timeout. So I agree with you, Jacob, and I think everybody else here in the arena agrees with everybody, because that looked like a complete travel, no control of the ball whatsoever. But let's call that one a questionable call. But nonetheless, CSI possession with 30 seconds left on the clock, down by 4. What do you do here, Jacob?
Boy, I think you could go for the 2. I think if you're Snow College, what you're going to be trying to do is you're just preventing the 3. But I think if you're CSI, you should take advantage of that and just drive on in. Snow's been playing you kind of soft lately on the inside the paint. Take the easy layup, and then what are you at? You're like at 25 seconds. You still got time to try to do what you just did, steal the inbounds, and if not, you can foul.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you right there. There's no need to hoist up a three-pointer down by 4 with 30 seconds left on the game clock. I definitely agree with you with going with the 2 and cutting this to a 1-possession game. That's all you need to do is cut it to a 1-possession game, and then you're right back in this thing.
Live to fight another possession as now they get it in. Had a 3-ball look. Jardine for 3. Off the mark, rebound A.J. Jones. And a foul is going to be called, Kingston, on Jones, so Jones is going to the free throw line.
So they go away from the idea of attacking the rim. Can't blame them. They want to really put a dagger in the heart of this Badger offense by hitting that 3, but it's a high risk, high reward kind of mentality. If you don't hit that, you're still down by 4, sending a very good free throw shooting team to the line to extend this lead back to 6.
1-and-1 situation, mind you, and that is a big make from A.J. Jones. 17 points for A.J. Jones.
So even if he does still make this, they'll still be down by 6. 2 possession.
Both of them straight through. CSI's got to do something fast. Jones Jr. driving to the hoop, and he puts it up and in. Ball given to Hunsaker, triple teamed, and it took a few seconds to get the foul in, but they did get it. So still down by 4. But a very good free throw shooter headed to the line in Zach Hunsaker. Zach Hunsaker turning in yet another solid night with 16 points, and so CSI takes a timeout. We're going to take a quick one as well, so we'll see how the final seconds of this exciting game pans out just after this. So it wasn't a long break, but we're back.
Hunsaker.
81-77. Hunsaker makes it 5. Heck, that 83-77. Now this is a point where threes start to matter. Burton stepped inside the line, missed the jump shots. Riley Panner was corralling the basketball, and another foul is called, and I think that just might do it here, Ben, as Riley Panner will now be headed to the free throw line. And the Badgers with a 6-point lead. So, if the Badgers are able to hold on and win, that means, as Riley Panner makes it, that means that Snow College will now advance their conference record to 5-0, staying atop and undefeated in the conference at 17-2 overall. As that ball was taken to the hoop by Kingston, making it 84-79. And the final buzzer sounds, and the Badgers come away victorious here in Ephraim, 84-79.
And you gotta love it. So, we were talking about it the entire last 10 minutes of this game, Jacob. Free throw shooting was the deciding factor of this game. CSI had a lot of looks at the line, and they cashed in, and quite a few of them late in the stretch. Was Snow College able to go to the line and take advantage of those opportunities at the line, and to keep that 4-point, 5-point, 6-point lead long enough to coming out with this victory tonight.
Yes, it was. So CSI made it interesting there late in the game. It certainly was a closer game than what they had a couple weeks ago in Twin Falls, but still the same victor comes out on top with Snow College to stay atop the conference standings. And that means for College of Southern Idaho, their conference record goes down to 2-3 and 15-4 overall. Thank you for joining us here on Snow TV. I have been Jacob Bateman. Joined along with me is my good friend and colleague, Ben the Bulldog Butler, and the rest of the Snow TV crew as well. We thank you for tuning in and hope to see you next time. Have a good night.